Hello Internet, Broken here again. So this video is going to be all about what is actually going on behind the scenes in SCUM. We're going to talk about the story, I'm going to show you a few screens that you might not have seen before, and it's probably going to spill over into a second video. All I want to ask of you is to give the channel a subscribe, give it a like, and see if you can answer some of the questions that I put out in this video. Okay, so I'm going to start with a couple of extracts from the law that's on the website. So there's been a proposition by Pt.1. They're a global broadcasting company, and it was accepted as Project Island. The solution that they offer is very simple. Instead of oppressing people, a special TV reality show will be created and broadcast 24/7. Their thinking is that as long as people are entertained, they will forget about the real problems. It's a concept that's proven itself effective many times before, and so it happens again. So basically, the global powers are having a tough time controlling the population, and they think by showing a highly entertaining TV show, people forget about what's actually happening. It's kind of a bleak outlook on the rest of the world, but I guess in some places this actually happens. So for the purposes of the show, the whole island is transformed into a heavily secured location. Throughout the area, broadcasting equipment is installed, and the island is then populated by modern age gladiators. Now these are the prisoners who are sentenced to death, so the players that you'll be playing as. All of the former residents are then moved to other locations, and those that don't want to leave are left to die. So when you're playing the game, you may come across NPCs, I'm guessing, people that actually want to help you get off the island. So the next bit's quite interesting. It says prisoners themselves are parachuted from the sky in small groups and left to build their own violent society. Now I want to ask you, will you have a violent society, or will you work together in a group? Or are you even a loner? I mean, everyone's got their own playstyles. But me personally, I think I'm going to help form a society, have a couple of hunter-gatherers, some medical personnel, and then we'll all work together to get off the island. However, the island's perimeters are heavily guarded. Now in one of the screenshots, there is this machine, I guess that's what I can call it. It's a big yellow thing behind a fence. This looks like some sort of anti-aircraft gun to me, but there may be something else about it. I contacted the developers, and they've confirmed and denied a couple of things about it, but the most interesting thing for me is knowing what you guys think this machine is, and what its uses are. Write them down in the comments, and then if anyone gets close to what I've been told, I might tell you what they've said. So the next part of the law then, there is no official confirmation that anybody has succeeded in their attempt at escaping the island. However, there are rumours that a few successful escapees during the first season of the show created a secret alliance called the Renegades. So maybe during the game we're going to come across these renegades who will assist in escaping the island. But I mean, that's if you actually want to get off. If you want to stay on the island providing entertainment for the TV show, then that's up to you, isn't it? Now here I'm actually going to take a look at this image. There are a few things in the image that you overlook at first glance, but because I like you guys, I decided to look deeper, and I was quite surprised with what I found. So first things first, here's the yellow machine I was on about. As I said, the island's perimeter is heavily defended, and this looks like the island's perimeter. There's a big fence, it says Area 1, so I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is one of the boundaries of the game. Right, so you've seen the actual machine. Make sure to write what you think it actually does, and then like I said, if you get close to what it is, I might tell you what it is. Then we're going to move on to the back of this guy's head. So originally I was looking at the tattoos to see what I could see on him, and then I realised what his necklace was. Yeah, you guessed it. That's a necklace of teeth. So clearly this guy has collected a lot of teeth to make this. Now, whether he's personally taken them from other inmates, or if he's come across the bodies and decided to make one, who knows? Could teeth even be an in-game currency for the NPCs that we might come across? Maybe you can trade teeth for food or water or medical supplies. There has been no mention of trading whatsoever, but it's an interesting idea anyway. So then I also decided to look at the blood that's all around. I checked out this rock, and yep, you guessed it, severed arm. And the fact that we're carrying an axe at the same time, I'm going to put two and two together and say that we've done that in this image. And do you know what the first thing that came to my mind was? Dismemberment is in the game. Which is a pretty big deal for a survival game, because if you're walking around with no arm or no hand, it makes it a lot more difficult. Another thing in this picture anyway is the drone. Now this drone has a camera underneath it. I don't know whether this is for security or it's actually just filming the incident that you've just done. Either way, the views and ratings for the show will be through the roof because of what's happened. I also think that there is a bigger motive to this, because if we also look in the background, we can see a burning village. And if we zoom in on the dock, we can also see lots of people probably waiting for a boat to come and collect them because they've got nowhere to live anymore. Now these could be a bunch of puppets that have been herded to the coastline because of the fire, or they could be crew members for the Pt.1 company, and it's part of this person's escape plan. Notice that we can't see a BCU in the back of this guy's head, so this might be an end game screenshot. And it was right in plain sight. Now there is still more to come, guys, don't worry about that, but it's going to have to be in another video. If you're not already, press the subscribe button, press the little bell next to it to get notifications of the next upload, and I will see you in the next episode when we talk about bioengineered animals, mobile walls, forest fires, earthquakes, killer bees, and more. I've been So Broken. Thanks for watching.